And welcome back to Comic Frontline, everybody. I'm Brant Fowler, aka the Gonzogoose, back with you for another Marvel Legacy review. Finally, this time we're talking Incredible Hulk issue number 709, Return to Planet Hulk Part 1. Written by Greg Pak, penciled by Greg Land, inks by Jay Leiston, colors by Frank D'Armata, letters by VC's Corey Petit, and a bunch of cover art. So I'm not going to go into all that. A bunch of different artists involved with the main cover and the variant cover. But anyway, we're here to talk about the actual book. And this is one that I've been anticipating from Legacy. The Hulk returns to Planet Hulk. Of course, it's not Banner Hulk, but Amadeus Cho Hulk. And of course, the Planet Hulk I'm referring to is Sakaar. And in this story, as we saw before the changeover, Amadeus was starting to fear that the Hulk was coming to the surface, and they played out this analogy of him trapping the Hulk entity in a trunk, in his subconscious or whatever, way deep down, buried inside. And so as he feels him coming to the surface, he decided to isolate himself in space, put himself in a pod, kind of explore the cosmos a little bit, trying to get things together. And as he does so, in the very beginning of this book, there's a distress call, and he goes to Sakaar, and turns out that overlords have overthrown the planet again, and they need the assistance of the Hulk, and they mistake Amadeus Cho's Hulk for Banner Hulk, and they just, the green scar is back and everything. They put him in the gladiator pits again, and long story short, without spoiling too much, he feels the Hulk coming to the surface again. He's trying to fight it, and we get more of that analogy of it coming out of the trunk and kind of taking over. And now we see the ruthless Hulk finally emerging from Amadeus Cho, and we gotta figure out what's gonna take place from there. And that's not really spoiling anything, because you kind of saw it coming. You knew this is what had to happen with Amadeus. It's been leading up to this point. But the important part is the Hulk is back on Sakaar in the gladiator pits, fighting evil warlords. It's literally Planet Hulk Part 2. It's Return to Planet Hulk Part 1, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I thought this was a really, really solid start. Like I said, this was one of the Legacy books that I was most looking forward to, and I think it lived up to my expectations. Greg Land's art was even really good here. I didn't get that disconnect. As a matter of fact, I had forgotten he even penciled it until I was looking at the credits for this review. And I thought it was a beautiful book. It's probably his best work I've seen since Sojourn from CrossGen. And everybody knows I was a big CrossGen fan, and I was a big fan of that book and his art on that book. And I think he's kind of found his center again. So you may agree, or you may disagree, and whatever. Anyway, Greg Pak crafted a great story. Greg Pak, of course, very familiar with Planet Hulk, and it's good to have him back in this world, going back to this. And it's just exciting to see this version of the Hulk in this situation, and I just can't wait to see what happens next, and how Amadeus Cho deals with this Hulk entity really coming to surface and dealing with his own inability to actually control it, as he always thought he could. So fantastic, wonderful start to this book. Just gorgeous art. The fight scenes were incredible. You had, Hulk ripping people left and right, and he's getting injured too. And just the close-ups, the faces even, and the emotion on the faces. I thought Greg Land, this is some of his best work in a long time. So high marks for this book for me. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. I really love this book. So one of the best Legacy books so far, in my personal opinion. So I'd love to know what you thought of it. So leave a comment below and let me know if you enjoyed it as much as I did, or if you didn't like it at all, or somewhere in between. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And of course, we'll be talking about this on the live show on Tuesday, so tune in for that. And as for me, you can check out my Kickstarter for The Last Ember #1. Teenager by Day, Fire Goddess by Night is the title of the Kickstarter. The link is in the description below. Launched on Friday, and please go check it out, and support it if you can, share it if you can't, and You can also follow me at Brant Fowler on Twitter, on Facebook, and YouTube. And you can check out my weekly series, Monday Musings. New episode went up today, so check that out. And that's it for me. So until tomorrow night on the live show, take care, everybody, and see you real soon.